Let me tell you why I didn't buy a Ninja 300 today. I was so close to getting the bike. We had the bill of sale printed. I had the cash. We had a meeting time, a meeting location. Everything was perfect until Jeff told me the news. What's going on, guys? Happy New Year. My name is Ben. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. It's usually car videos, but today I want to tell you a story about how I didn't end up buying my first motorcycle today, which would have been a very cool start to 2020. But let's go through it. So last week I went to Florida with my family and I saw a ton of people riding motorcycles, and they don't even have to wear helmets there, which I think is kind of dumb. If they're not dying, maybe I should actually finally get a motorcycle. And I love riding bikes. I rode Groms in Thailand, love that. I used to ride my neighbor's DT175, shout out and thank you to Sean. And I ride dirt sometimes at Hollister in California, if you guys know where that's at. So I really enjoy motorcycles, and finally I decided it is time to pull the trigger. I go on Craigslist LA and I look up different bikes. I find a Ninja 300. The guy's leaving the country. He's offering a pretty solid deal, low miles. We start texting back and forth, and then I get back to LA and I'm like, all right, I think I should do this. But I need to be able to get the bike back to my house. I don't have a truck. I don't have a license, an M1, a permit, no insurance, none of that stuff. And so while I'm on my phone with my friend discussing all this, I decide it's December 31st. The DMV is open, I think. I'm going to go get my permit. So I rush to the DMV in my GTI. I download an app to start studying the motorcycle handbook for California. I spend 3 hours at the DMV and get my permit. Just so you know, you have to retake your written license test for your Class C car driver's license at the same time as your motorcycle permit test, which I found interesting. But I got my permit and I set a meeting time with the Ninja 300 owner, and we were pretty much set. I went to Cycle World and I told Jose, who I met there, hey, I'm about to buy my first bike. I want to be safe. What should I get? And so I ended up getting some gloves. I got myself a nice textile jacket. I got a helmet. I got pretty casual looking shoes that actually have some good ankle protection. So I spent about $1,000 almost buying my protective gear because, you know, I care about my life a little bit. And so I decided that, perfect, I'm going to get the bike today. I'm just going to ride it off. All I need is someone to drive me to the meeting point, and then I will ride the bike home and my friend will ride behind me, or he will drive behind me. Perfectly set up. So I go to the bank, I get the cash for the bike, we have a time set. I went online while I was at the DMV and I got a quote from Geico for the motorcycle, $238 a year to have about 1,000 miles of coverage. It's the minimum limits that I need to be riding, but I'm just gonna ride it on the weekend, so that's all good. So everything's set, and I decide, you know what, I don't want to deal with calling the insurance agent, especially on December 31st, New Year's Eve. I don't want to deal with talking to the agent while I'm like sitting on my new bike, waiting for it to not get dark so that I can ride home safely and legally and this and that. So I call Geico and I asked the guy, whose name is Jeff, and I said, can I get an insurance policy for a bike I don't own yet? And then if I don't end up doing the deal, I will cancel the policy and you guys will refund me completely. He said, yeah, that's totally fine. We do it all the time. You're being really proactive. That's great. I said, awesome. So I give him the VIN of the bike. We get everything settled. It's $238. And he says, okay, all I need is a credit card number and your driver's license number. Let's go back to February 2019. I was going downtown near my university on a Thursday night, which was college night. And I went down with one friend and I ended up picking up two different friends at the time, a friend that I was actually kind of annoyed with. And I let my emotions get the best of me. And this was right when I got my GTI, right after the Mini Cooper S. And I just floored it, went faster than I should have, and got cited for 106 miles per hour. Thankfully, the cop was really cool. He wrote me for 106, but no reckless driving. But I still had to go to court. I had to get a lawyer, dealt with all that. Thankfully, didn't get my license suspended. But that happened in February. Anyways, Jeff from Geico says, hey, we just ran your driver's license and it says you have a speeding ticket over 100 miles per hour in the state of California. They take that really seriously. I said, yeah, I know. It was a big ticket. I had to deal with it, blah, blah. So the quote went from $238 to be covered for a year to $1,096.76. And that is for like the minimum coverage with $1,000 deductible, which I think is pretty insane. And so then I asked, okay, that's crazy, but just for the fun of it, what would it cost if I got insurance coverage similar to what I have on my car with higher liability limits and a deductible of $500? And the price quote was $2,716.76 for 1 year of being insured on the bike. I was going to pay a little less than $2,500 for this motorcycle. So $1,000 for the safety gear, that's fine. But then another $1,000 to insure it for only 1,000 miles a year. That is basically over $1 a mile just in insurance to ride this bike. So I'm gonna wait till my record clears. But anyways, I thought it was an interesting story. I'd share it with you. Let me know if you had a similar experience. If you have any tips for, maybe some of you are older and say you should get a bike when you're older, and that's what's gonna happen. But I hope you enjoyed this, and Happy New Year. Peace. Happy New Year to my mom. She's gonna be super stoked to see this and also want to kill me.